Planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
Where do you get off?
Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
Hey, show us your basement.
What? No.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a fine episode of Show Us Your Basement. I'm one of your hosts, Josh. I am also acquainted by our other hosts, Eric, Edgar, Alberto. We have a fun episode, but before I talk about our episode, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, follow us on our socials, right?
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook, we do Facebook,
No,
Alberto.
we do not do Facebook, Josh. We are.
Do we do MySpace? Is it MySpace?
Nope. We are also not on MySpace, but they can follow us on Instagram. They can follow us on TikTok and of course on YouTube. That's where we will be uploading our episodes primarily. And where can they listen to the podcast in terms of audio into
Outer space.
in the audio sphere? Eric, where can they listen to the podcast?
You can catch us on Spotify, you can catch us on YouTube, and you can catch us on iTunes,
Yes.
or wherever you stream
Yes.
podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Everybody but Edgar, right?
Yeah, Apple Podcasts, sorry, not iTunes.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Edgar, you listen to it through SoundCloud. So
Yep.
that is all the forms that you can listen to. Show Us Your Basement. I hope everyone had a good little Thanksgiving. It's almost towards the end of the year. And Josh, tell us what we're going to be doing for this episode.
Oh, this is going to be a good one, right? Because we are here to talk about Show Us Your Basement, the definitive list of the garbage, what belongs in your basement, the corner of your basement, or what Eric would say, crawl space, right? Do we put it in the crawl space, which is a part of the basement? Yeah, but we all came up with our own list. I think we did share our list with one another. I apologize. We are going to little oversharing there. But we're going to take from those lists and we're going to make a grandmaster list, is what we'll call it. The Mount Rushmore of Show Us Your Basement, I guess, is what we'll call it.
That's exactly what we're going to call it. The Mount Basement is what we're calling it.
Mounting the basement.
Mount Basement.
Mount Basement.
Yep. So, as Josh said, we're towards the end of the year. Normally people give their top 10 favorite movies of the year. We decided to do the opposite. We're going to talk about the top 10 worst movies that we think are basement of all time. Please also just like a little caution, this is just our opinion. If you love these movies that are on this list, that's cool. That's fine if you like these films, but we just think these movies are basement. So we're going to go through each of our lists one by one. So who wants to kick it off? Who wants to start this basement list?
Edgar, why don't you kick it off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. How are we going to start this?
Start from 10, and then I'll go 10.
Okay.
Here. What is your number 10?
I think we all have this. I don't know. Not all of us, but I think you have it in your list too. Doom with The Rock.
Yes. Doom is on my list. I think it's on Eric's list. Josh, is it on your list too?
Oh, damn.
It's not on my list.
Oh.
Actually.
3 out of 4 of us have Doom on here. Why is it on your list there? Go ahead.
A simple story, simple concept of a fucking movie to make, and they fumbled it big time. Mm-hmm. There wasn't nothing good except for we all agree
Don't
first.
say The Rock.
No, the
okay.
the first person action scene. That was it. Everything else was shit. It had nothing to do like with the Doom story or anything. The acting wasn't great.
I forget what the story was about too. Yeah.
Like the makeup for these so-called demons, you want to say, or wasn't great. Like it wasn't, everything all around wasn't not enjoyable. So fucking boring, beginning to end.
Yeah.
You know,
It top to bottom, it was not a great film. This is coming from a huge, mega like Doom fan.
Yeah.
It tried to borrow elements from other films like Event Horizon, movies like Alien. Obviously, they wore the influences on their sleeve, and Aliens as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels like a hodgepodge of different films that, and you're right, they strayed away from the source material. Which I mean, Doom already has such a thin plot, anyways. You could have really gone anywhere, and they just decided let's just retread on what other movies have done.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, this is on your list. Tell us why. Why is Doom on your basement list?
Yeah, Doom is on my list as well. Big fan of the franchise, the game franchise. I don't know if I'm quite on your level, but I'm certainly always been a fan. I played the games back on PC, like the not my like my PC back when it was just Doom and like Doom 2.
Yeah.
Look, it's a video game adaptation that did not translate well. That's simple. Like you guys said, they strayed away from the DNA,
Yeah.
the formula. I understand that stuff usually doesn't translate well anyway, but this was like maybe one of the worst adaptations ever. So, look, The Rock's in it, right? I think that's that's it.
I mean, we went like maybe 2 minutes talking about Doom, and we didn't even mention The Rock. I mean, this is not his best performance. This is when he like.
Well, it was just
out.
a name. It was just a name with a name. Let's
There you
make a
go.
movie.
Yep.
Well, they tried so hard to also like throw you a curveball or however you want to call it. They promoted The Rock as the main character, the hero,
It's Carl Urban.
and then they spun it around and he was actually the villain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That might have been the only positive little twist, maybe.
Yeah. I guess.
I'm not even saying it was good. I'm just saying when you look at when you look from afar how bad it was, maybe that's like the only silver lining, and it's not even. I'm not even saying it's good. I'm just.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, that was a good point, Josh.
Well, I guess I'll go next. Since Edgar talked about Doom, or do you have it?
Question about Doom though, like
Yeah.
so obviously it was right in the coattails of previous video game movies that came out. Isn't it fair that the expectation for this to be a terrible movie was actually pretty highly or likely?
What other movies were coming out around that time? What other video game adaptations? I know we had like Resident Evil.
I think like House of the Dead.
Oh, House of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Which was terrible.
Yeah, that was also terrible.
Was what about Silent Hill? That was out too, wasn't it?
That came out a little bit later. I think it came out 2006. But weirdly enough, Silent Hill is not even the worst of all the video game adaptations. I think that's actually not bad.
Here are the 2005 released video game movies with Doom. Okay.
06.
Resident Evil, Lara Croft, Alone in the Dark, and Blood Rain.
Jesus Christ.
Wow,
they're all
Blood
fucking shitty, dude. Damn.
My God. Well,
So wasn't it expected to be bad? Is my question.
I mean, yeah, right. I mean, obviously these are video game adaptations. It's always going to be a low bar, especially at this point in 2004. Clearly, with all these other films coming out, there was no expectation that this was going to like be the best video game adaptation. I think. I mean, you can agree or disagree, but I feel like video game movies started to get good, real good, once we started getting stuff like even like Wreck-It Ralph, I think is really when the floodgates really start to open up and we started to get more of the IPs that people cared about, Sonic, Mario, and stuff like that. But here, they were just picking from like random video game series. You know? Like, Doom is really the only one that's the most iconic, I think, out of all those. Probably Lara Croft. But, I don't know, man. That's just... Everyone was expecting this movie to be terrible. It was garbage. It is basement material.
Yeah. I would say if like you went in with your hopes up, thinking that it was a good movie, maybe a fool at the end of the day. Because I remember when it came out, I was like, ugh, I don't know if this movie's going to be good. I don't expect it to be good. But my question to that as well is, do we rank it on the master list yet, or do we wait?
Let's wait. Let's wait. Way too early yet. We still got plenty to go into.
I want to add even the sequel that came. Not a sequel, but there's another movie that was also terrible.
Was it also called Annihilation?
Yep.
And yeah, a piece of advice: don't call your video games or your movies Annihilation, because it's gonna be a little bit hairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should put it on the master list just yet. Let's. I think we can really start to dig into whether we put these things on the master list when we get to like number 5.
Okay.
Great.
Or 4.
Great.
That's when we're really getting into the weeds. Speaking of Annihilation, I have Mortal Kombat Annihilation at my number 10. What more can we really say about Mortal Kombat Annihilation? I think there's countless YouTube videos that can summarize how bad this film is better than we could. If you've seen it, I feel bad for you. That's time that's never going to come back. It's gone. But...
Sucker!
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But if you haven't watched it, honestly, I would say, actually, you know what?
It's a good movie.
No, at your own risk. You're maybe if you got some beers, you got some friends, you would just want to have a good
laugh,
little laugh or whatever. Maybe watch it. But other than that, Annihilation is fucking terrible, man. I remember watching this movie as a kid and seeing all my favorite characters from the movie come out. Like, oh, we got Cyrax, we got fucking Sector, and they only showed up for like maybe 3 minutes in total. Like just Johnny Cage, they killed him off in the first like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Forced characters into this, just forced them, and then they're like one scene done. Mm-hmm. No character build up. This had some of the worst like scripting, like dialogue execution.
Awful.
Maybe awful, dude.
It made the first Mortal Kombat look like a fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
Like they should have won a fucking award. That's how bad Annihilation is. So I have that at my number 10.
Even the CGI in that fucking film is terrible.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about. Yeah, they got what was it? Shao Kahn turning into a fucking some sort of dragon lizard creature.
It wasn't
three-headed
dragon.
Yeah, that's right.
But even Luke Cage's transformation wasn't that great.
Yeah, and Raiden lost his hair like in the first 10 minutes. He got like a fucking buzz cut or whatever. No continuity whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's continuation. He had long hair, and then he was like,
"Yep, hey guys, I cut my hair."
He sacrificed his godhood and became immortal. Did you guys not watch the movie? Can you not appreciate? Great
don't
cinema?
say like, cinema, Josh. Don't
cinema. Come on, gentlemen.
Nope. This movie was fucking terrible, and
dude, they had a nice setup at the end of the first one. Shao Kahn, like the biggest, baddest, from MK.
Yeah.
And you fumbled it.
You bungled it.
It's so bad too when pretty much nobody from the original movie came back.
Except for Liu Kang.
No, what's her face?
Not going to be in another movie, guys. Might as well just keep doing this.
The Katana chick is the other one too.
Oh, that's right. Katana's in it too.
Yeah.
Well,
Everyone's
Everything about that movie is so bad. Like you said, the CGI is so terrible. Even the wardrobe and the costumes were awful.
Yeah.
You know, Baraka. Do you remember what he looked
Oh,
like?
dude.
Yeah, Baraka looked. His head looked
Like
fucking
rubber?
swollen. Yep. It.
Not a rubber suit at all,
No.
right?
I think that actually, I believe, if I remember correctly, there was like some sort of terrible continuity error, or like in terms of like the cinematography. I think people can look it up. There's like a shot that they used twice in the same scene. It's the exact same shot. I think is when Baraka like falls into like a
Oh.
fire pit or something.
Mhm.
It was bad, dude. It's bad. It's really fucking bad. So
Well, they went bankrupt halfway through the movie too, so I think they had to. I think
How?
that's how bad it was. They
Buying
lost the
fucking-
movie
buying
while
all
filming.
those Cyrax costumes and all that shit. Is that where all the money went? Because
Yep.
Jax's fucking arms are what, spray painted on? They look like it was spray painted on almost, dude.
Yeah.
Or am I,
told you-
was that am I
Oh,
confusing it with the
fuck.
video game? I don't know.
They were like rubber arms, and he just
Okay.
took them off with no
Yeah.
no issues, and he was stronger without the arms.
It tells you a lot about this movie, how terrible it is when you see the actual people who did the scan for the video games. Their costume looked way fucking better,
Yeah, they did.
and they had probably less of a budget than
this one.
this movie
Yeah.
did. So, yeah, Annihilation is my number 10. What? Who wants to go? Josh, you want to go? You go ahead. What's your number 10?
My number 10 is another obvious. I think we can all agree to this. Ruined superheroes for a lot of us, maybe in some ways elevated superhero movies. But Joe Schumacher's Batman and Robin.
Yeah, what are you talking about,
Yep.
dude? I like that movie. Just kidding.
Batman nipples, dude.
Batman and Robin.
Showing some
Nipples.
ass and crotch while putting on the suits. Don't forget about the bat nipples. The terrible one-liners. Arnold Schwarzenegger joined this movie and he was like, as long as I get 5 one-liners, I'm a go. I'm ready to do this, baby. And George Clooney as Batman. Enough said.
One of the best.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
One of the best iterations of Batman that they had to bring him back at the end of Flash. So,
Yeah, so great. He was Bruce Wayne and Batman at the same time. You couldn't tell the difference.
good Lord.
There was no dual identities.
Is this the one with
for
Bane
sure.
in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I forgot about that.
This was like not the same kind of Bane.
No.
I swear, watching that movie for the first time, it felt like I was watching an episode from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Second
Yeah,
they
it had that.
hit their heels together and the ice skates came on.
Jesus.
It
Pure.
It goes to show you that we haven't gotten another adaptation with the Batman and Robin since that one. I think
Or did we? Dark Knight Rises.
no, I don't count that.
I know.
It was just like a shoe in. I feel, but we haven't seen a true adaptation after that. I feel like people are too scared to touch that because of what happened with this one. How bad a reputation it had.
We also haven't gotten Mr. Freeze. I feel like we live in a time now that we could bring back Arnold Schwarzenegger and it would be unironically praised by fans. They'd be like, yeah, he is Mr. Freeze. Dude, we fucking love him, man. It's that like retroactive, like, people going back in time and being like, well, the Fantastic Four wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel like people have gone so attached to Batman and Robin that I think they would actually put Arnold Schwarzenegger back as Mr. Freeze. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in like James Gunn's universe.
Oh,
He's like in the fucking, what do they call it? That
Multiverse?
zone, that place that they seal away.
Shadow Zone? No.
Whatever. Josh, you know this, right? What is it called? The Phantom Zone or something?
Oh yeah, the Phantom.
Yeah, the
Phantom Zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something that they were like, oh, he's in there. They locked him away. And, well, I don't know.
Or kill the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's funny that you're talking about Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Because Mr. Freeze is actually like a pretty intelligent character
He
in
is.
the
Mhm.
Batman universe.
Very
His
tragic
character is actually
villain.
smart,
Yeah.
and so then they put a meathead to play him. It's again just throwing in a character.
I know.
Call him Mr. Freeze. Like when really he's like a pretty like very like analytical guy. You know, when you
Well,
if you
he's also
go down
supposed to be
lore.
wholehearted and serious, and he was none of that.
Yes.
He
He was
was
zero of that. He was the opposite. It's like Doom. It's just like, well, just throw it in there. The Rock, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So okay, Josh, that's your number 10. All right. Eric, what do you have at number 10?
Well, mine are not really in any particular order, but I'll go to one. I'm not sure if you guys have seen. I would think maybe Josh has seen this. Maybe. I'm gonna go with the Super Mario Bros. 1993. This is the one with John Leguizamo and um, who's the guy? He passed away. Villain in this. Help me out here.
I'm looking it up here. Hold on.
Anyway, Super Mario Bros. 1983.
and he was in
Dennis
Texas
Dennis
Chainsaw.
Hopper. He's a great actor, by the way. Don't want to take it away from him. Listen, Super Mario Brothers 3 or Super Mario Brothers 1993. Who's seen it? Has anybody seen it?
I have not. I heard how terrible it is.
Edgar, have you seen it, Edgar?
Oh, when I was a teenager, very long time ago. Yeah.
Listen, this is a terrible movie, and it's a very weird movie. And it's been a while since I've seen it, but when you think of Super Mario Brothers, this is like a massive title. This is maybe one of the biggest gaming titles ever.
Yeah,
Am I wrong about that? I
No,
mean,
you're-
it might be.
you're right.
Mario Brothers is like, when you think about Mario Brothers, it's such a simple game and concept, but yet they seem to hit the mark every time they release a game, for the most part.
Yeah.
Despite it not being like totally original, it's like kind of just a recopy of every time they do it, but it just continues to be like extremely addicting, extremely fun. It's got a lot of like fun elements to it. And this movie was like weird, dark tone, and I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so bizarre. And I think when you're a child and you're playing these games that have a lot of fun and you have all these great memories, right? Playing on your Nintendo, and then you finally got your N64 and played Mario 64, and that was just like a total like next level kind of game for its time. And you get this weird movie where I don't even like, again, like they go into this like alternate world. It's like this broken down, dark, cruel place. It's like kind of almost jarring and scary. It's a weird movie, and
So
it
it's
was just
not for
nothing
kids.
to do with. It's not for kids. I mean, I don't think it. I think they thought it might be, but it just wasn't. And so, Super Mario Brothers 1993 was. I remember watching it. And it gave you like an awkward feeling after you were done, like that jarring feeling, like what did I just watch? It was almost uncomfortable and just real weird characters and just
Hold on.
like.
So I'm reading the synopsis here. It's about Mario and Luigi discovering a parallel world populated by
Yes.
intelligent descendants of dinosaurs. If it seems they weren't destroyed by a meteor millions of years ago. Are you serious? This is what's going. This is the
Yes,
movie.
they're kind of, yes, this is in the movie. Now, dinosaurs are kind of a big part of the Mario world. Once you get to the Super Mario World video game,
I think
that is where
mushrooms
like the
are more-
dinosaur.
In terms of iconography.
Well, right, but if you play Super Mario World, they're like in dinosaur land
okay,
it's like more of a dinosaur kind of themed
Mhm.
place. But anyway, that's where I think they were getting that idea. But yeah, it's like evolved humanoid dinosaurs that are like have like these huge bodies and little heads, and it is just the weirdest thing. You can Google photos. It is the weirdest thing. It didn't feel like it had anything to do with a Mario game ever. There's nothing about it.
Wow, they're
Except for
holding.
maybe they're
They're
out.
holding guns in this. What the fuck?
Yes, it's just it's weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a weird gnarly cousin of The Fifth Element.
That's so
But
weird.
bad,
Dude.
Jeez.
you know.
Okay.
So this is a terrible. When you look at the title of when you look at the title of this movie and you look at what we're getting now from the product, especially with their now with their full featured like animated films, which is phenomenal. I think the new Super Mario movies have a chance to be the best trilogy of all time. I think. I really believe that. So, it's just the ceiling is so high, but this is just, I don't know what we're watching. It was just such a weird, fucked up movie.
My God. Well, that enough said on that
Worth
one.
watching. You need to watch it. That's how bad it is.
I don't know.
Bizarre.
It is bizarre.
Well, maybe if it. I'm kind of sold on the dinosaur part, to be honest. But other than that,
check it out.
Okay, what do you got? What do you got, number 9?
For this one, you can pick any from his movies. This guy, he's a hit or miss, and this is coming off the heels of one of his good movies, and he came with this shitty movie after. It's The Village.
Oh, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Okay. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village. I don't think I remember. Maybe I did watch this movie. But I was a kid, so I can't remember. I can't really speak on it. But I do know it's one of those movies that's very like mismarketed, and they made you think it was like a creature movie, right? Like a monster film. Am I wrong in that assessment?
Yeah, no, you know, that's how I got sold, from the trailers. This is one of those movies that, you're in, like, okay, I'm in for this story where it's taking me, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the ending that fucking, if you're in it or not type of thing. And I wasn't in it. It really kills everything about the movie. It's the ending.
Well, look, spoilers for all these movies, man. I mean, that just.
And I'm not the only one who agrees. A lot of reviews talk about the ending, how it really kills the actual story of the village.
Okay, so what's the ending?
Well, the story is about this small community that lives in a village, basically, and they like I guess they kind of brainwashed them not to like go out, I guess, at night or some shit like that because there's creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like trapped in this village.
Yeah.
And if they go over a certain area outside of the village,
Boundary.
Yeah, there's boundaries because there's like these monsters that patrol the outskirts of the village. So they have to stay in the village.
Oh, I think it's coming back to me a little bit. Keep going.
It's the ones they don't speak of.
Yeah. And I guess this girl is blind, if I remember. One of those.
It's Bryce Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard is blind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she decides to leave, and she figures out there's an outside world that's not taken over by monsters or some shit like that.
Okay.
And she comes back with medicine and all that, and then that's how it ends, basically.
She comes back with medicine?
Yeah, they need medicine because they're isolated. They don't.
Oh, okay.
And people are getting sick.
Is this takes place in the modern world? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, this is all
they're
modern setting.
But they live like in the fucking.
Right away.
Yeah, we don't know that. Yeah.
For a time you guys.
You don't know that. Yeah, that's the twist.
Okay.
But yeah, like
they look like they're living in like Pilgrim.
Yeah, the Pilgrims.
Just,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
In a little village, and they got no technology, and they're just living off the land. And at Peter's point, like this movie has like some serious actors in it too, which is what's disappointing.
Joaquin Phoenix is in here, right?
No, he's in the side. Oh, is he?
Yes,
I think he has a small role because
he's in it.
He actually is the character that's in love with Bryce Dallas Howard, and then he's sidelined because he's actually stabbed by another top tier actor.
Sigourney Weaver's in this.
Wow, all-star studded cast. Huh?
It's like a serious cast. Seriously.
Yeah, it's I don't know if you guys agree too. It's the ending that really like. Are you fucking serious? This is the end, like the climax of your film.
That's basement.
It's not good though. Even before it's
very slow paced.
Yeah.
It's they don't show the creatures as much as the trailer showed. Like I said, it's so misleading. Like, oh shit, we're gonna get another Signs type of thing, right? Nope, nothing like that.
Okay.
And the next one was Lady in the Water, so that goes to show you how fucking terrible he had a streak of movies. This guy.
Yeah, the Village was the start of
Yep.
all things downhill when it came to M. Night Shyamalan movies.
And then take until the Visit that's slowly trying to like.
Yeah, The Visit. I do remember The Visit. That was pretty weird, but it did stick the landing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting you bring up
Oh
M.
shit.
Night Shyamalan, because I do have a movie of his on my list that, I mean, it plays in our fucking theme song. It is The Happening.
What?
No. No, man, we're not. The Happening. We talked about. I mean, we should probably do an episode of M. Night Shyamalan. That's for another episode. He always comes up with some really interesting concepts for movies.
He does.
But he just doesn't know how to stick the landing. I might need my memory refreshed because I wasn't gonna fucking seek this movie out, but this movie, if I remember correctly, it's like plants that are causing people to kill themselves ultimately, right?
Basically, yeah.
That is basically what the premise is of this movie, and I think Mark Wahlberg is like a fucking
teacher
who knows about plants or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys! It's just we gotta listen to the bees or something like that. I think he says that like in the beginning.
Honeybees.
Something like that. I look. If I remember correctly, okay, and I know you're gonna roll your eyes. I went to go see this movie. I think because I was in such a obsessed craze for Saw movies, and their twist endings, that I was like, M. Night Shyamalan, he's known for twist endings. There's probably gonna be one like that too in this movie, and I walked away thinking, what the fuck did I just watch? This film was terrible acting. Mark Wahlberg, if you listen to the podcast, you know what I'm talking about. I think Zoe Deschanel's in this movie as well. It just feels like it wants to be an apocalyptic movie, like the end times, but it never gives off that feeling. It just feels like shit is happening and people are dying. You know? It really is, and I don't even remember what the twist is. I think you're supposed to like talk to the plants and be like, "Hey, man, we're cool" or something like that, right? I don't remember. I don't remember what the twist ending is. Okay?
Well, the twist was.
I do remember Mark Wahlberg talking to a fake plant in this movie, and that kind of made me laugh. Yeah. So that one is my number 9. Is The Happening. It's. I would recommend people to watch it if you also want to be in for a romp. You want to laugh your ass
like
off.
The first, I would like to say like the first 30 minutes, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like everyone's just killing themselves, falling off of roofs.
That's every M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Then really, it goes down to plants.
Comes down to plants. Trap was another one of those films that were like, oh, interesting.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. And then it just falls apart right before your eyes. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan's it's frustrating because he does have some good ones,
Concepts,
but some that actually he executes well. Like Signs is pretty solid.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense is pretty solid.
Good.
What's it? Unbreakable.
Unbreakable is
Split.
not bad. Split is not bad.
Well, out of his 15 films that he made, come on.
But still, that's what makes it frustrating.
Yeah,
I want to really like him as a director, and I appreciate that he does. I think fund his films, right? He mostly funds his own films. So it's like that's he's doing his own thing. I can't really blame him for not, So that'll be my number 9.
He did Devil, didn't he?
Yeah.
He also did Devil, yes, about a
That one's okay,
elevator.
but I don't want to talk about that.
I think he produced that one. I think he wrote that one. He didn't direct it.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense. Okay. All right. That's my number 9. Josh, what's your number 9?
The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh.
The way to conclude a to bring back a beloved series, right? Love it or hate it, Force Awakens. You did appreciate it. It was a good movie, I would say.
Eric is shaking his
Say
head.
what you say, Eric. You can shake your head. That's fine. Obviously, they went in a total 180 in The Last Jedi. And I felt like they just didn't know what they did, what they were doing, and what they were going to go from that. That they took every element from every Star Wars movie and just put it in a box, hoping that, um, you know, they could get something out of it. Because I can tell you, the main character Ray, they shit all over her. They didn't do her justice, right? Um, Finn, was he a Jedi? Was he not? Who cares, right? At the end of the day, Oscar Isaac's character, right? Like The Village, this had a lot of big names in it too, and they just didn't know what to do with them. And from Force Awakens, they were pretty iconic, very appreciative, and they were just all shit on, Kylo Ren,
One of the best villains, yeah.
yeah, one of the best villains. Yeah, no justice whatsoever.
Dylan, do you
to-
really
to-
believe it, Josh?
No.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
But if you want to talk one of the greatest villains of all time, they brought back Palpatine,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I do remember that thing.
and they didn't know what to do with him, right?
Jeez.
And they build up Snook, I believe, from The Last Jedi, who was actually Palpatine.
Oh, yeah. Who was motion captured by none other than Andy Serkis.
Yeah, which was probably not necessary as well. But just a total mess. The acting was terrible. The characters were not done justice. Um, yeah, just a fucking letdown. Overall letdown.
I wish I could speak more to it, but I am not. I've only seen the trilogy, and I'll stay with the trilogy. I don't want to seek out any more than that.
I don't blame you. But has anybody else seen the Rise of Skywalker? Am I the only one?
Yeah,
You might be alone on that one.
Force Awakens, so I just quit.
Yeah.
I'm with
Yeah.
Eric.
Terrible.
That was the last one I saw was
Yeah.
The Force.
And then I heard that The Last Jedi was not great, but then I also heard no, it's actually pretty good. And I was like, well, then I don't know, dude. I don't know what to go with that. I'm just gonna watch the original.
The Last Jedi, it can go. It's one of those movies that can go both ways.
Mhm.
Actually,
Mhm.
there are some things I appreciated it. I think I was a huge fan of it when I first saw it. As I watched more of it, I kind of like saw its flaws.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, this movie is nowhere near The Last Jedi. Anybody that tells you this Rise of Skywalker is a good movie, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, enough of that. All right, so yeah, Rise of Skywalker's. I remember hearing all the terrible things about that movie. It felt like a nightmare when it was like, oh no, this is actually not good. This is not a good movie, and just seeing all the Star Wars fans being like, fuck. It's a repeat offender with like the fucking prequels again. So yeah. Eric, what's your number 9?
You know what? I'm gonna go kind of off the path here. I'm gonna say Stranger Things 3,
Okay.
and I don't know how much of the show you guys have ever watched. How far you've gotten to watch it at all?
Stopped after season 2.
Okay.
Midway through season
Listen,
2.
listen, Stranger Things. I know it's a show, but the first 2 seasons. Look, when the first season was released, I should start there. Obviously, like this was probably like a massive. This was probably the biggest release ever from a streaming platform, based on when it was kind of the first ever of like a exclusive platform show.
Mm-hmm.
And it did a phenomenal job capturing like horror, science fiction, nostalgia. Maybe one of the best intros of all time. Great cast of characters, great idea. A lot of mystery, kind of kept you on the edge of your seat, and I felt like they carried this pretty well through the first 2 seasons. And it always takes place like in the fall, the winter, right? Perfect timing for this type of genre, horror, science fiction. When you get to season 3, the show just morphs into like a. First of all, they go off the formula, and this takes place in the summer, like July, and it just morphs into a just massive marketing in your face, a little bit of kiddie porn, cringy romance. They care more about like selling a product than they do giving you a good show. Like they sacrifice the quality of the story and the product for marketing, advertising. Just you have brand names all over the place. There's a mall. Like they do a good job like capturing like the mall scene, like those times, those vibes, like going to the mall. But it is just diluted with bright colors. Like they get away from kind of the dark tone. And I think it really just diluted and robbed this series of like greatness, you know? And it just to me really sank down. It just boom. And then they tried to kind of look, I think they've done okay trying to salvage it with season 4. And then going into 5, they did some things that were really good. Like they brought back the character 1, you know, because there's 11, and they get into the 1 story, which is really fascinating. But it feels like it just went too far out to sea. You even see kind of like the 4th and 5th seasons, like, all right, this is still kind of like, you haven't quite recovered from the 3rd season. I just think this 3rd season really just was disappointing, you know. So
you
didn't like the cringy romance.
You keep watching.
Focus more on that
after season 3 aired.
I did because I kind of wanted to see it through.
Okay.
You know, I got interested in the 4th season because they introduced a character like 1, and he kind of is like a Freddy Krueger kind of, you know, like type of character, and he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's a good villain. Really like him, and I love this. They go into this backstory of why who 1 is. You know, like he's kind of a mystery, and then you find out like him and 11 had a standoff. Like you didn't know who 1 was until like later in the season they reveal who he really is. But they did a really good job with that. But that 3rd season, I think killed it for a lot of people. And I know you said you stopped after season 2. Well, you don't want to go to season 3 because it's just disappointing. It's disappointing, dude. And they just
did season 3 go downhill for you? Did season 4 redeem itself?
Season 3 went downhill. Season 4 redeemed a little bit, but you could still feel like they still have they kind of they got rid of like the cringy romantic stuff because they were doing like this little romance with all these different characters, and they're like kids, and it's like I don't want to watch like goofy makeout sessions with 12-year-olds. I don't care about that. Like, give me some fucking dark shit like you've been doing. But no, I gotta watch like these 2 fucking characters, like 11 and what's his name? Can't remember the kid's name, but it's like it's too like goofy. It just turned into a goofy romance, like cringy, and all it did was advertise for major brands to sell product out in the real world, and it's like a sellout. It's like they sold their soul and just got away from the formula.
Jeez.
You know,
that's
Stranger Things 3. I think it really ruined and diluted and tainted what could have been a phenomenal story. And, you know, you probably could have wrapped it up in 3 seasons. You probably could have, right? You went down this weird path, and now you're at 5.
That's unfortunate, you know, when TV shows just don't know how to wrap up, you know, or because like
they don't. They didn't know how to wrap it up.
It's very rare. I was telling this to Edgar, like, it's very rare that a show knows when to end, and I feel like Stranger Things is one of those shows, especially because they just took too much time in between seasons. I remember like season 4 came out in 2022.
Yeah, there was long gaps. And that's another thing too. You're starting to see like the differences because these kids are older, man, and they just change so rapidly. Like they don't even. They look like. I mean, they're like at this point they're like teenagers that are adults. They're trying to portray them as like.
Eric, you are forgetting about the writer's strike that did happen. That put everything
right.
Yeah. Okay.
but it's still though like I don't think I think the Duffer Brothers still did the whole thing. I don't you know what I mean? So again though, like I think they were riding such a high, they just all of a sudden realized, oh, we can just capture so much more from the revenue side. And I understand it's all about making money, but you sacrificed a great story and great characters. Even you could even see the change in the acting. Like the characters become less serious. You know, Jim Hopper's character was really good in those first two seasons, and then he kind of turns into this like I don't know, emotional, weird, like softy when he was kind of more of like a gruffy kind of like, you know, he was always kind of what do you call it, reluctant, skeptical, you know, like I don't think this is really going on, and then he realizes it, but he's still kind of like that tough presence that makes you feel like okay, they're gonna make it because of this character. Now he's just turned into kind of like a I don't know, a soft character that's just doesn't have any balls, dude. I don't know.
Jeez. All right.
So, Stranger Things 3.
That is
Basement.
your number 9. Okay. Okay. Edgar, what's your number 8 for Basement?
I had high hopes for this sequel, but knowing he also has a bad track record, this guy.
Shit, here we go.
You've seen it too, so don't act like.
Yeah, but
Might as well just call it the callback movie, because that's all it fucking did. It didn't add anything to the fucking story. Nothing. Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh, Happy Gilmore 2?
Yes. What a fucking piece of shit of a movie.
Jeez.
Yep.
All right.
Happy Gilmore is one of my favorite movies. Like it's a fun comedy film.
Uh-huh.
And when I heard he's gonna make a sequel, I was like, okay, I'll give him a shot, because you can't fuck up this movie. Again, it's so simple,
Yeah.
and he fucking did.
Jeez.
Alright, you seen it? Like he kills his wife dies in the fight.
No, that is very jarring.
That took it. Yeah, it was like a
very
180. Like what the fuck was that all
And
about?
he did it, didn't he?
Yeah, he killed his wife.
Fuck. That was-
How fucking dumb is that?
they had to give him a reason to be depressed for like 45.
No, it was the
minutes of
whole
movie.
fucking movie. He was
That movie
depressed.
is like 2 hours. You know that, right?
Yeah, like I said, it's all callbacks. You remember this
Listen,
character?
listen.
You remember that when I said this?
Yeah. No, you're 100% right, and it has like half of the SNL cast is in here too, and it's just look. We don't talk a lot about comedies on this podcast, but to me, a perfect comedy always sticks at 90 minutes or under, and it gets in and out. It does its job. You're leaving.
Yep.
You leave the fucking movie feeling satisfied. You're like, oh, that was a great time. If it goes past like an hour and a half, you have to have a very good fucking reason, or it has
Yeah.
to be really fucking good to be 2 hours. It's very rare when a comedy hits that 2 hour mark and you're like, that was still pretty good. And Happy Gilmore 2 fucking dragged.
It was like, am I watching a remake? What the fuck is going on?
Talk about product placement too. Like
Yeah.
not even just product placement, like celebrities. Post Malone was in here, you know, like WWE superstars in here. It was just so weird to just see them like, hey guys, I am Post Malone. I make these songs, and then he just is out of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Why was he in here? What's the inclusion? I agree. I saw it. I was disheartened the more the movie went on, and I thought there were some moments that I was like, I got a chuckle here and there.
That's all I got was a chuckle. I didn't laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Nothing. There was no memorable quotes or as the first one. Nothing. Nothing.
It didn't make you feel anything, huh?
No.
Yeah.
I wish I took those 2
I-
hours back. Actually.
I like this one, Edgar. I did not have it on my list, but this was a terrible movie.
Yeah.
And to Alberto's point about the time of the length of the movie, you have to remember a big part of this movie and why it was so long is because they had this ridiculous golfing tournament at the end. Like completely like crazy, unrealistic. You couldn't even wrap your mind around how stupid it was.
Yeah.
Like it didn't even make sense. It didn't even fit into the first half of the movie. Like the way the movie was building, and all of a sudden it goes into this extravagant, weird, out of this fucking ballpark like golf tournament that didn't even seem real. Like it didn't even seem like we were living in the real world all of a sudden. Like we went from living in the real world to like a completely fake alternate universe at the very end. but it wasn't. It was so bad.
But that's
So bad.
Adam
And you're right. They were
Sandler,
just
though.
throwing
Right.
people in there, just
Yep.
throwing them in there. Like the Post Malone thing is the perfect example. Like, wait, why was this? Why even have that? Like, except for to promote Post Malone.
Yeah.
You know,
No, it
terrible movie.
it was terrible. It's one of those movies that are like they make a huge deal out of the cameos more than they do like the
Yeah.
actual, like, hey, Travis Kelce's in here, guys. Stick around. And it's like he's only in for like one scene, and he's not great because he's a football player. He's not an actor. So, I mean, the fuck, you know. So, I agree. Happy Gilmore 2. Just stick to one. Just stick to Happy Gilmore 1.
Might as well, yeah.
All right.
I will say that I do appreciate this pick too because of out of everything that has been picked so far. This not saying that Rotten Tomatoes is always correct, right? But this is the only movie so far that has been certified fresh.
What the fuck?
It's fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
62%. Not saying that it's high,
Oh, okay.
but it is certified fresh. So it's a good pick.
Yeah. Look, we already talked about Doom, so I'm gonna go ahead and just skip Doom because that's on my list, and I'm gonna talk about Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. Has anyone seen the second Ghost Rider movie starring Nicolas Cage? Eric, you're in for a treat. So we all know. Look, we all know that Nicolas Cage is like a very over-the-top actor. This is that. This is one of those movies where he is just hams it up so fucking much. As a matter of fact, both of you guys, I'm gonna have you guys do this right now. You don't. I just want to see your reactions. I want you to go on the YouTube, and I want you to type in Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, and I want you to find this particular scene. I'm gonna find it first, so that way it's easy for you to guys find it, because this is top tier acting. Let's see. Hold on. It is Ghost Rider. You want to put Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance transformation, and then you're gonna want to go to about like the 45 second mark, and I want you to watch that and tell me that isn't top tier acting. It's the first video. Once you type that into YouTube, it literally says Johnny Blaze loses control. Go 45 seconds. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I've seen this movie and I actually know what you were talking about.
Yes.
And to me, that's just
That's
Nicolas Cage.
That's Nicolas Cage.
Hey, Nicolas Cage, be yourself for this entire movie. Yeah.
It is. I look, if you're a fan of Nicolas Cage, sure, this movie probably won't be as bad. But coming off of the first one, which felt very much in line with like the movies that came out during that time, those superhero movies like Fantastic Four, or I think Spider-Man came out around that time. Spider-Man 2 or 3? No, it was a 2, right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, point is, that movie felt very grounded. And then they come back for some reason they waited like fucking 8 years for a sequel.
Yeah.
And they drop it like in fucking February.
Yes.
And it has no continuity, no connections to the MCU, no nothing. And it's fucking awful, and it feels like a fever dream when you're watching this movie. There's a moment in this film where a Ghost Rider gets flashbanged, and the screen goes white, and then it fades back, and he's literally like spinning in the air. You remember that?
Oh,
he's just like he's spinning in the air, and it's like, why is he spinning in the air now? Is that what happens when you get flashbanged? What's going on? It is so strange. The cuts are so weird. Him as Ghost Rider, I think Nicolas Cage was like wanting to take it to some sort of weird, strange direction, because there's a moment where he's just like swaying when he stands. It's so cringy, dude. This movie is so fucking bad. It's poorly edited. It's gonna give you a fucking headache when you watch it. There's no reason for it to exist other than the fact that Nicolas Cage is in it and he delivers some very cheesy fucking one-liners. It reminds me of what's that one movie, Wiley's Wonderland?
What the hell is that?
Nicolas Cage, like the Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff.
Oh, that one.
It kind of gives me that, but I'd rather watch that than Ghost Rider. So talk about crawl space. Throw that shit in the fucking crawl space, dude.
The only good thing about that is the design of Ghost Rider.
No, yeah, the design I'll give you 100%. The design of Ghost Rider wasn't bad. But then you have, was it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
I think that outdid it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's going to be my number 8, is Ghost Rider Spirit. Or I guess at this point, number 7, because we already talked about Doom. So, Josh, what's your next pick?
I'm going to join you gentlemen on the M. Night Shyamalan bandwagon, and I'm going to speak about The Last Airbender.
Oh, another one that he fumbled.
I saw this opening night.
Damn, Josh.
Midnight.
Ooh, that's
midnight
even
show.
worse.
Even worse. I went with a buddy of mine. So I love the Avatar: The Last Airbender. I introduced it to a good friend of mine. He loved it.
And then that friend killed himself. Sorry. From watching Avatar.
We might as well have. I don't know. Maybe I'm delusional, or maybe I was extremely hopeful, but the previews actually looked inspiring. I remember watching the trailer and I was like, okay, I this may be a good film. Maybe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out that the characters aren't even named correctly.
Wait, what? Really?
Aang is Ung, for example.
Man, come on. How do you fuck up this band already at the start?
None of the firebender, and if you watch the series, spoilers, I hope you guys watch the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
But what makes the fire, what's the word? The fire clan, whatever,
Fire
tribe,
Nation?
whatever.
Fire Nation?
Fire Nation, the Fire Nation, so superior, is they're the only ones that actually can create their source, right?
Yeah.
The water tribe has to use water, earth has to use earth, wind has to use, obviously, the wind, the fire tribe is able to actually create their own fires. He fucked it up even more on this, and they're all walking around with torches, and they have to use the element in front of them, right? It was so bad that even the scenes where the rock benders were fighting the Fire Nation, they did 20 martial arts move to throw a little pebble across the screen.
Come on, man. That is that the twist? Is that you have to do 20 moves?
That was the twist. I don't know what
That's
he was
the M.
going
Night
for.
Shyamalan twist?
Yeah, the acting was bad. Transition from scene to scene was fucking awful. The story, was already written out for him, and he ruined it. I don't know how you do that. God, biggest letdown of all time. Am I the only one that's seen this? Have you guys all seen this?
I purposefully avoided it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I did not look at
never
the
seen
trailers and thought, I'm going to buy myself a ticket, midnight showing.
I was hopeful.
Take a friend.
I took a friend.
I did not make
and
that
I walked
mistake.
out. I finished the movie. I walked out booing.
Damn.
Leave it at that.
God damn. All right. Eric, what's your number 7?
11.
What's just your next pick? What's your next pick?
The next one's going to be VHS Viral. This will be the third installment. Yeah, it's the third installment of the VHS franchise series, and this is where it started to decline pretty significantly, and I think it's continued to do that for the most part. This is where the stories, the short stories within the anthology started to get a little bit of goofiness to them, and less creative and kind of less serious from like a horror tone to like kind of a goofier. Like, it was still very visually graphic, but it was kind of goofy. There was like a magician kind of magician fight that was just terribly executed. It was just goofy. I couldn't take it seriously. Like it was just not done well. Um, there was a dick monster. There was
Oh, that's fun. Okay.
yeah, it was just weird. And there was one scene where it wasn't like terrible, but it was just kind of like underwhelming. Where these kids were like skateboarding. They crossed the border and went to Mexico, and like they were skating in this like irrigation runoff or like a flood runoff,
Oh,
and
this is
all of a sudden, like
coming back to me.
basically like zombies like rose, basically like the dead started to rise, and they were just like fighting these like dead people, like skeletons, and it was like kind of actiony, but it was just like okay, a zombie fight. Like how many times have we seen this?
Yeah.
Like it was just like this endless like bashing their skateboards over the heads of the dead. So I think I think this is where it started to really decline compared to the first two films, which were phenomenal. Um, Also, the VHS is also known to have like the story in between the stories, and like
Right.
it's basically a van driving around town that is like essentially possessed, and they're kind of trying to chase it down to figure out who's driving it because it's causing all these like um demonic kind of problems as it's passing through the town. If you see it, it starts to like influence like the world around it.
Right.
And they finally like catch up to it, and it's just like there's nothing in it but a bunch of TVs and like a bunch of recordings going on, and that's kind of just like it. It's
Wow,
then
man.
it has like a weird ending, but it wasn't like kind of anticlimactic, and that's that, and again too has carried over to the rest of the films with the in between story where it's just kind of like it was just flat. Where the first two had these really like intriguing, like they go into the house and they're actually putting the tapes in and watching them, and then there's things that are changing slowly in the background, and it's creepy, and you're trying to kind of figure out what's going on. This just didn't deliver that. So Vegas viral. This is a basement for me. It started the decline of a series that I will still watch. I know Alberto, you've said that to me. It's like it's my Saw,
Right.
so I just like keep watching, hoping like we're gonna recapture what I saw in the first two, and we
feel
just
you
haven't
on that.
gotten there.
I feel you on that for sure. Um, I understand from one like horror franchise fan to another, which its movies started to decline after a certain point. I get it. It sucks.
Yep, it does. It does. It's a great idea, but
Terrible execution. I get it.
yeah, it wasn't good.
Edgar, what's next? What's yours? What's the next one?
Resident Evil Extinction.
Extinction?
Yeah,
You
fuck
had
that
one?
movie.
Yeah, you're right. Honestly, yeah, you're right, dude.
Out of all of them, I feel Apocalypse is the closest adaptation from that whatever. That's not even an anthology.
Series?
That series of films,
Mhm.
and it just went on too long, and it wasn't even a Resident Evil film anymore. They just added the character. I mean
Yeah.
the baddies, the monsters, and that was it. There was no zombies. It was just all fucking action, trying to be the Matrix. But this one particularly felt like it was trying to be a Mad Max set in
Yep.
the desert. I don't know why.
hmm
No, these
It
zombies were what came out of a container.
One container, yes.
Yeah, well, I think it was one. And yeah,
Man, this movie. Yeah, this movie's frustrating. How do you make these Resident Evil movies and be like, hey, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just not introduce Jill, Claire, Chris, or Leon, and we're gonna create a new one. How about that? It's like
yeah,
that's like if you made it Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and you were like, you guys don't want to see the turtles, right? We're gonna give you fucking seahorses instead. It's like, who the fuck wants that? Extinction just it feels just like that. It feels like what's Paul W.S. Anderson?
no,
What's his name?
I know his
It's
fuck.
Anderson.
It's
Anderson. I know that's his last name, but for him to be like just shoving Alice in your face and like, please like this character. Not even Capcom would add her into like the video games and
Not as-
integrate her into
yeah,
the universe.
Not a DLC, nothing.
Nothing, because they don't fucking. We don't. And you know what? He went on to make Monster Hunter and put her in that movie too.
Yep. And this is the same guy who gave us the first Mortal Kombat.
And then that's where it stopped. And Event Horizon. We're giving those 2 movies.
Oh shit, he did Event Horizon.
He did do Event Horizon.
Shit, okay.
Alberto, to be fair, Zach Krager may not introduce those characters in this film as well.
He won't, but at least he's giving us the expectations.
Oh.
Though. He's giving us the expectations that, hey, this is gonna deviate away
All right.
from the franchise, but still stick to the tone of the films.
Or the games, you mean?
The games, yes. Sorry, the games.
I hope so. Or you could call it The Walking Dead, you know? So,
Josh,
or Dead by Daylight.
You're gonna mark my words.
I'm just
you're
saying,
gonna
you
regret
know,
what you're
so...
saying. You're gonna regret it. Trust me.
You made the comment. You made the comment of how are you going to not introduce these characters? It's like making a Ninja Turtle movie without the Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Fair. Okay, fair. You got me there.
So I don't know. It just that one didn't feel even close to a Resident Evil film.
Right.
Not enough zombies. Not enough like what it is for Resident Evil. You know. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. This one I'm gonna kind of skim through a little bit, just because I think we all have feelings on it, just kind of like Batman and Robin, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014, Michael Bay's TMNT, down in the garbage. We don't need to really touch more on it than the fact that you got these fucking humongous looking turtle men with pickle for arms. It looks very terrible. Story, they decide to just give them a new origin story. Splinter feels like a fucking asshole in this film. Does not feel like a mentor at all to the turtles. Johnny Knoxville, for some reason, was replaced the voice actor for Leonardo, and that felt very jarring. I mean, Eric, I know you've seen this movie, correct?
Yep. No, you're hitting. Listen, you're hitting all these points about the Splinter. Splinter not being like a mentor to the turtles and like a wise, leader. The thing with Johnny Knoxville, they filmed the entire movie with one guy. I don't even know who he was. It was a different voice for Leonardo. I think I heard some sound bites, and he was actually like he was way better than what Johnny Knoxville brought. Johnny Knoxville's not that's just not it. Like that is.
Yeah.
It's just so sloppy, just sloppily done. It was a disgrace. Like you said, the way that they portray the turtles. I understand maybe you're trying to go for something a little different. I have seen IDW comic book lines do much better job at like trying to clothe the turtles. If that makes sense, to where they don't look fucking ridiculous. Like this just looked like they were bums, like living in the sewers, like.
Yeah.
And where are you gonna find clothes that are gonna fit you like that anyway? So, I think this movie had this. Was this the one where like they shot Raphael and he just basically burst the bullets off of himself like the
Yes.
Hulk? Like,
That's the
it's
one.
just so dumb, dude. This is one of the. This is such a disgrace.
And originally
Just a
they
lot.
wanted to make them aliens, right, or something like that.
Yeah, they were supposed to be
Aliens.
aliens.
Like, yeah, dude, I don't know.
I think they were trying to like evolve the idea of the mutagen because it is an alien-based substance.
Mhm.
But like their take of it was going to be like they didn't go down that road thing. Well, maybe it would have been better. Who knows? Probably not. But yeah, I think they were trying to like twist that into something else, and it's like, come on, dude, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Horrible.
I can't really speak too much on it other than that it's a garbage fucking movie. So
Definitely the worst of the Shrek series. I agree
yes,
with you guys.
I also agree.
Oh.
hmm Josh, what do you got?
I'm going to join Edgar on this one. Edgar, you got some good takes. 2002 Resident Evil.
Oh yes.
The very first one. You're not even going for the
Very
sequels.
first one. Man, I watched this movie knowing that the sequels were bad and wondering why they were making sequels after sequel after sequel. What is there, like 7? Like
Yep.
6?
So I think
Holy
7.
shit.
Yeah.
7.
Oh my
Did you buy a
god.
ticket to this movie for the midnight showing? Did you bring a friend along, perhaps?
I went with a group of friends.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if I went opening night. I want to say I probably did, actually.
Okay. You gotta stop giving
Uh,
these movies the faith
Hey,
that they're
man.
gonna make a good movie.
I'm a fan of movies, and I had my hopes up, right?
Okay.
They teased the mansion, and there was no mansion.
Yep.
You know, they teased a horror movie, and I got an action movie.
Yep.
We got Matrix.
Um, they teased the zombie dogs, and it got kicked in the face.
Yep.
So
The big baddie
yeah,
was a giant liquor, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it. The liquor.
the liquor. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah, there was nothing scary about this movie. There was nothing Resident Evil about this
You're
movie.
all going to die down here. That didn't do anything for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Followed by a kick-ass Slipknot song that didn't invoke Resident Evil.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it even shorter than your TMT
That's
comment.
it.
I'm done. Let's move on.
Let us move on. Eric, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with AVPR, Alien vs
Oh.
Predator. This was blasphemy. I think when I think of AVPR, this felt like a movie where they took all the negative feedback they got from AVP and then tried to make it into something that they thought people wanted to see. And really, what they did was try to steal and recreate some scenes from Aliens and try to plug it into this movie to add more action to it. And it was just so bad. Poor acting. I don't remember the cast. I don't even remember the
I
cast.
wouldn't remember it because it was shot in
Yeah.
night, so you can't even fucking see anything.
Yes. It was like,
So,
I don't even remember what the story was. Like, I think they built it off.
Running around in the dark. I think that
Yes,
was.
they built it off the first one, like as a continuation, but it was just, it was just, all it was just action that they were just trying to jumble together into a movie. Just throw it in there, see if the shit sticks. And it's interesting too because we talked about AVP being a PG-13 movie, and this one went to rated R, and it was just like all it was just crazy shooting and violence, and there was nothing to it except more death, and it was just forced. I even look, AVP was mid to me, like
right.
wasn't good, but it was like mid. It was watchable. I could tolerate it.
Is it one of those like what we just said about Mortal Kombat? Did it feel like AVPR made AVP feel like a fucking Oscar worthy film?
It did. AVPR made me think like, oh well, maybe they should have just left it as AVP and just cut their losses and moved on. But this is again the pressure to like answer to what people were disappointed with, and you just made like a worse fucking movie. Like you had no idea what you're doing. You were copycatting. You were trying to copy and paste scenes from older Alien movies and Predator movies and try to put it all into this one movie, and you had no real anything you were chasing. There was no story. There was no stakes. It was just a bunch of bullshit.
A bunch of bullshit. That's
you don't
the
want
blurb for the
you don't want to give it credit because it was shot here, or was it
Rifle? Right?
Something like that, right?
Rifle, Colorado? Or
Yeah.
some shit?
Not film, but I think it took place in Colorado somewhere.
Yeah, what a way to have a fucking AVP fight in Rifle, Colorado.
Yep.
That sounds very exciting.
Yeah, it's just AVPR. You just put it in the basement. It was just a disgrace. Another one of these, like, we're trying to just continue something because you can doesn't mean you should, right? And this was a title at the end of the day. It was just a title. Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
Bunch of bullshit.
Just a bunch of...
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that one. I agree with that. That's a terrible movie. AVPR. Eric, what do you got?
The Dictator.
You got the first one, the first comedy movie on the list.
What do you mean Happy Gilmore was?
Oh, that's right. Okay, Happy Gilmore 2 was in it. Well, that was
Another
more of a
one.
tragedy, honestly.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is I saw it again because it was streaming, and I wanted to give it another shot.
Sacha Baron Cohen,
Yes.
known for
It,
Borat.
it just gave me what's that other fucking Sandler movie?
Meet the Zoran.
Something like that. It just
Right?
gave me that same fucking
Yeah, that's
vibe.
what Zohan. Come on, Birdo.
Zoran. How do you know?
Zohan.
How do you know
Zohan.
more about basement movies right now, Josh? You know all about like
I'm an Adam Sandler fan. You know,
Meet the Zohan, whatever.
Just
I
say-
don't fucking know.
you don't mess with the Zohan.
Is that what it's
Zohan.
called?
Yeah,
What did
something
I
like
say? Did I say Meet the Zoran?
Yeah, Zoran.
I made up a new movie. That's what I just did, and it's probably better than Meet the fucking Don't Mess with the Zohan. Or fuck.
Just say it's a rated R version of that, basically, but with a dictator.
Now, Edgar,
Huh?
was the Dictator the third installment of Sacha Baron
Yeah.
Cohen's movie he's
Correct.
making? It's always
Yes.
these third fucking movies, dude.
Right? Like his, what do you want to call it? Like mockumentaries? He should have stuck to that because it's more of his style,
His wheelhouse.
his wheelhouse.
Yes, this is like a movie.
Yeah, this is a straight movie. People hype the shit up. Oh, it's so hilarious. And when we went to go see, it's like terrible. I
I
didn't.
do remember.
Like I said, I saw it recently, and I didn't laugh.
Yeah.
You know, I
He
didn't
got
laugh.
away from the formula.
Yeah,
He strayed from the formula. That's what a lot of these are bad.
It was also his last comedy movie.
it was actually until he came back and did a Borat 2 or whatever.
During the pandemic.
Yeah,
That one.
That's right, he did.
That one's alright.
that one was all right. Yeah, but yeah, he took a long break, but it shows why because it wasn't great.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
It's a good choice.
he's that guy's ultra talented too.
He is.
Mhm. He was
He
gonna
wasted it
play
in that.
he was gonna play Freddie Mercury for Bohemian Rhapsody.
And he wanted to make it more
More serious.
more
and,
serious,
like,
rated
more
R.
controversial.
Yeah, but they didn't want
So-
that. So, all right,
Okay.
go ahead.
That's a good one. I've got Terminator Salvation.
You bitch.
I know, Edgar. You told me like you would put Genesis in this one and then instead of Salvation.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Genesis. That's why I can't put that on there.
Okay.
But Salvation, I do remember this movie being more of a letdown. Than
Are
anything
you
else.
hold on? Are you confusing it with Rise of the Machines? Because that one's even worse.
Terminator: Rise of the Machines?
Yeah.
I also haven't seen that movie in a while, but I wouldn't disagree with you
Okay.
because
go
I
ahead.
know Terminator 3 was also not great.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
There's a reason why it's not streaming anywhere. But Salvation, I think it feels like one of those movies that like had so much potential. And if I remember correctly, it's like the first movie that like centers more on Connor's character, right? Because it takes place in the future,
Yeah, in the
whatever,
future.
or something like that. And Christian Bale was in it, so I don't know, dude. This movie just felt so disjointed. It was boring. It introduced J. Courtney White, I think his name is, the guy who played Boomerang
Oh, okay.
in Suicide Squad, and he felt very like just stiff.
No, he
It was just
he was in Genesis. This is Salvation is with
oh
Christian Bale.
yes, that's it. Yeah, they both look alike to me, but still,
Sam
nonetheless,
Worthington was-
they were not impressive actors in this film. So yeah, it really is not the best in the series. It's very, very bad. Salvation.
Yeah,
I think
what makes the movie so bad is like when he goes into the ocean and he goes into a submarine and it's like thundering, and then he dives into the ocean. You know, where you know, I know it's a fiction movie, but any human would be crushed from that. Let's be
to
honest.
be dead. Yes.
And then how many times is he also confronted by the Terminator to just throw him across the screen?
Mm-hmm.
And he should have just been, I don't know, terminated.
Fucking CGI Arnold Schwarzenegger.
CGI Arnold was terrible.
Who wanted nothing to do with that movie, by the way. But
Yeah, it's just you're just throwing Arnold back into it for no reason. And real quick, Terminator 3 is Rise of the Machines, just so you know. Not that it matters,
Okay.
but
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's also not a great film. So
no. Again, it's threes, dude.
that is
I
true.
was fearful that you were going to say Dark Fate, actually.
I forgot that movie was a thing. I thought Genesis was like the last one. It was
No,
Dark
it's
Fate.
Dark Fate. I
Fuck.
think so. Yeah.
I hate to say this, but I hold that movie a little underrated. I feel like, but that's just, anyways,
Dark
another
Fate's
topic
okay.
for another
It's
time.
okay. It's okay.
Topic for another time. So,
Go ahead, Josh. What do you got?
let's see here. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Jeez.
Have you guys seen this movie?
I've not. I've
Have-
only seen the first Indiana
Okay.
Jones.
You've only seen the first Indiana Jones? Oof.
And I've played the game.
Helmed by the greatest of all time, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Brings back an iconic trilogy.
Terrible.
To just let you know that, hey, if you're in a nuclear bomb, you can just hide out in a fridge. And hey, that crystal skull is an alien. So,
Which is weird because the first three are tied into like religion and like God. That's what they, or I should say that the Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade were heavily with like World War II and the Nazis and trying to dig up the relics, and it was all about like religion. Yeah,
well,
and the fourth one
the
was
second
like
one was Temple of Doom was also based on like a tribe and their religion,
right,
you know.
exactly right,
And you know, feeding their god and sacrifices and things like that. I think what really irked me about this movie, especially, is yes, to your point, it steers away from that. But such an iconic trilogy, arguably one of the greatest trilogies of all time. And now you can't say that anymore.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
sucks.
You know,
It really sucks.
yeah. You know, and not to mention that other forgettable Indiana Jones movie that we don't talk about as well. But it's like, hey,
yeah.
let's make it even shittier.
Yeah,
but
they opened the
but
door by making the fourth one. So
yeah, you know, and God, it just irks me just because, again, greatest. I won't go too much into this movie because I think most people will agree with me. But you have the original director coming back, well, the original creator coming back, taking away the greatest trilogy of all time.
Yep.
If anybody tells you that Indiana Jones is the greatest trilogy of all time, I'm going to go back to my previous comment. Get the fuck out of here. It's not a trilogy anymore.
yeah, it sucks. I know what you mean, dude. It sucks because the first three were just so good, dude. Harrison Ford at his peak, dude.
Right?
It's the threes, as Eric likes to say.
Well, that one. I mean, the Last Crusade was
Okay.
the Last Crusade might have been one of the best third films ever. Like,
Yeah.
you want to talk about?
Don't
I mean, it
disagree
was
with
like for a third film. I think it was the greatest. You know, a
I've
lot of
not
people
seen-
think Raiders of the Lost Ark was the best, but dude, the Last Crusade was. Talk about, you want to talk about tying it off? Couldn't have been any better.
They even have the scene where you're riding off
Yes.
on the sunset. You know,
It was
the closing.
perfect.
You know,
Yes, perfect.
yeah, for him to come back in a refrigerator.
Yes, so dumb, dude. So dumb.
Eric, what do you got?
I'll keep it at that. Go ahead, Eric.
I got TMNT 3. Just, I don't even know where to begin. Just totally flat, horrible choreograph. Like, it's just the costume design went down. Like, they got brighter. They didn't look as rugged. They took a weird storyline turn that didn't. I mean, it just had no purpose. When you look at anything in the TMNT universe, it had no purpose at all. There was nothing about it that was that was intriguing, enticing. It was just so poorly acted. The fight scenes were terrible. To Josh's point, they got away from like using weapons, and it was just bad. This was a stinker of a film. Again, it's the third installment. It was just forced, looking to make more action figures, and with them in samurai costumes. You're just looking to sell merchandise, and maybe there were some action figures earlier released that had them in like samurai costume, so I'm wondering if they were trying to tap into that. And it just didn't stick, and it was terrible, just terrible. The characters, none of the characters were a part of the TMNT universe. It was just nothing. It's just bad.
Wet Willie.
Yep, Wet Willie. Just jokes, like the jokes weren't good. It wasn't funny. It was cringy. It was just so disappointing. As a younger child watching it, I couldn't have been more disappointed, and I still hold that to this day. Like it impacted me that much to where I'm just like, dude, this is just fucking what a disappointment. So TMNT 3, it's in the basement.
4.
Leave it down there.
Yeah.
What do you got, Edgar?
House of the Dead.
You really?
Yep.
You have this on your list?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really look too much at your list.
Yeah, I just what else? It's just it's low of like a fucking film. Nothing. Talk about fucking slow motion.
Video game adaptation.
Yep. Even like I don't even bother looking up the director's name because people don't take it seriously because I think he's just an asshole overall. Mm-hmm. And he likes to do a lot of film adaptations. Video game adaptations, in which they're all fucking shit.
Dude, we got to bring him up. Weeble, fuck you. Stop making movies.
Yeah.
You're ruining childhood.
What other movies has he done?
I think he did Far Cry. I think he also did. I'm not sure. Bloodborne. Sorry. Blood Rain.
Oh, God.
Dead or Alive. I think. Another one, like those type of films, and yeah, fuck him. Like Josh said.
Okay.
That's all I have to say. Fuck
Jeez.
him.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. That's all you're gonna say about House of the Dead.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's a fucking nothing film.
Nothing. It's nothing. That Jesus.
Yeah.
It's very scathing.
Yeah.
To just say it's nothing. Okay.
And fuck him too, the director.
Well, all right. Well, the next one that I have on my list is Suicide Squad. Not the Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad. And not going to spend too much time on this one also, but I will say Edgar and I were in a very dark place in our lives that we had to watch this movie twice, try to convince ourselves that this movie was so good that we wanted to see it in 3D the second time because, I don't know, maybe we thought it was going to be better in 3D. This movie is... It is the definition of basement. I think we can. I'm going to start to propose that this should be on the Mount Rushmore because it's just it fits the bill. You have a cast of actors who you think would do really well. Margot Robbie, Will Smith. Who's the guy that plays Rick Flag?
I don't know his name, but
I know he's not bad. He's
not a bad actor. Yeah.
Yeah. This film is fucking awful, dude. This is where it really started to click with me that like something's like this, the DCEU is going downhill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they felt the need to for some reason bring Ben Affleck in this film for a little bit. Just to remind you that, hey, all this is connected. Every fucking character had like a beat drop. You know, they had their own little fucking soundtrack. Yeah, I don't know, dude. This movie, I can't even remember who the villain is. I think it's Enchantress.
Yeah, Enchantress.
Was she really the villain,
Which is
though?
a Justice League dark villain.
Right. So there she goes. She's wasted in this film. Killer Croc, awful fucking design for Killer Croc.
Awful design. Awful.
Deadshot only uses his mask once, I believe.
Yep.
I mean, it's a really cool fucking mask, you know? Boomerang was honestly probably the highlight, which is weird to say, but he was not bad. Mm-hmm. Harley Quinn was... I mean, like, Margot Robbie did okay as Harley Quinn, but I don't know, dude. It's just this movie fell all over the place.
And the best one, the Joker.
Oh, shit. I forgot about Jared Leto as the Joker. Why'd you have to bring that up? Yeah, no, this guy is... you want to be my friend? Or whatever the fuck he says. I don't know. Jared Leto, yeah, This movie.
Speaking about
Needs
a
to be
movie
forgotten.
that tricked you too, the fucking trailer was amazing.
Well, credit to the person who cut the trailer. That's honestly who
Yeah.
you need to give the credit for it. But because it did not match the tone of the movie at all.
I know.
You know?
That's what I'm saying, misleading.
Very misleading. Because
Well, it also tries to be like Guardian of the
Guardians
Galaxy.
of the
as well.
Galaxy. That's right. Yep.
Make sure this is a Guardian of the Galaxy film. You know, like that was the director.
Didn't they have to do like some reshoots to try to capture more
Exactly.
like the comedic element
Yep.
of was it Guardians of the Galaxy or was it Deadpool? I can't
It
remember.
was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. Yeah, they had to try to like match that. And it's like why? Like
Hmm
I mean, we know why, but I mean, come on.
It fell flat on its face. So that's why it is basement. It's my pick for one of my picks for Mount Rushmore when we get to it. So, Josh, what do you got?
Gladiator 2.
Dun,
Ridley
dun,
Scott.
dun.
Gladiator 2.
Now you got to tell me why, because this movie's actually not bad, right? Like it's actually received well.
It's the same thing, right? You know, it's the same story as the original. I felt like this movie was in limbo for so long. They were trying to make a sequel for the longest time, and they're just like, we'll just do the same thing. But that kid from the original movie, we're gonna actually make him his son, right? In Wetlock. What is that? Wetlock, right?
Wedlock?
You know, yeah, Wetlock, right?
Wedlock.
Yeah, and I know I'm going to get judged for this one, but what really killed it for me is they they're like, we're going to make it the same, but we're going to try to make it over the top at the same time. You know, and by doing that, we're going to bring in one of the greatest actors of all time, Denzel Washington, who was phenomenal in this movie. Don't you know? He did the best that he could, but
Yeah,
then
he did.
we're also going to put water in the arena, and we're going to put sharks in it as well.
Eef. Yeah, how?
Explain that to me, gentlemen,
Yeah.
please. You know,
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah,
it is. You know, in our previous talk, we've talked about it's a blueprint, right? You know, like it's a blueprint of another movie and stuff like that. This is literally the blueprint of the original Gladiator movie, which is one of the greatest movies of all time. You know, based on your own opinion. You know, and they're like, oh, well, you'll forget about it because it's been 20 years, you know, and yeah, we're just gonna make it over the top. Biggest letdown. Biggest
Yeah,
letdown.
it's a good. This is a good pick, Josh. I don't want to talk too much about it, but your point about this is a story about Maximus's child that he had with Lucilla from the first film. Like if you go back and watch the first one, there was never an affair. Like there was like a love interest, but he was loyal to his deceased wife. Then in this movie, they're like, oh wait,
His child.
Yeah. But in this follow up, all of a sudden they did have like this bastard child, and you're like, what? That did not happen in the. It was pretty clear, like the point of the movie was he was going to stay loyal, and he wanted to eventually join them in the afterlife. And in this movie, they erased that, and they're like, nah, you know what? They did have this like secret child, and he's going to come back. And to your point, they're in the Coliseum doing these battles, and one of them, like to Josh's point, they somehow put like an ocean in there with sharks, and you're like, what?
What the fuck?
They can do that back then. You can even do that now.
That's very
So,
weird.
Yeah, bad.
What do you got, Eric?
I'm gonna go Jason X. Not much to say here. This is just we're trying to cross over, cosmic horror with Jason and going away from the formula. This is just I don't even see why this was even made.
Right.
Not to say that the expectations were there. I mean,
the 13th movie, man. Come on.
well, look, Jason X was I think the expectation for Friday the 13th movies was already pretty much like shitty at this point. So why not just one up that? Here, hold my beer. Jason Goes to Hell. Let me one up you with Jason X. And it was tacky, low. You could just see the low budget just seeping through your television screen. It was nothing memorable.
Yeah.
So Jason X is a disgrace.
Yeah.
Everything from his aesthetic makeup was just terrible. There was nothing about it that spoke Jason. And
Don't forget, he turns into Terminator.
yeah, I mean, he's like basically like a Terminator. This was in like a weird time in the 90s where they're just trying to force like the like I said, the cosmic element when it's just not.
This was in the 90s? I thought it came out in 2001 or something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
2000.
Okay. I know it was early 2000s for sure.
So
It was just.
you're saying you're one of the ones that didn't like that new design of Jason?
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not like it.
Okay.
It's become kind of an iconic look at this point now,
Yeah.
from more of like a cult following. But the movie wasn't good.
Yeah,
Like,
it
okay,
wasn't.
I get it. Like people that are fans of the Friday the 13th film, the franchise. This is one of these like one-off weird, like iconic, like, yeah, it's Jason X. Like, remember that? Like, yeah, but just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah.
And just terrible. What a stain on the Friday the 13th legacy, dude. A stain. And it's never going away. So
What do you got, Edgar?
Cabin Fever, the remake, 2016.
I'd never heard of this one.
The remake? You know, like I guess there's okay. Just watch the original. That's it. There you go.
Okay.
It's the same movie,
What?
right?
It's the same movie,
It's
but
the same movie.
Okay.
but
Like they took the script and just redid it.
yep,
Really?
It's literally the same.
Is it a remake or
yeah.
was it intended to be it was intended to be a remake?
Mhm.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Just
I-
watch. Even the first one's okay, but if you want to watch, just watch the original.
I didn't even know they made another one in 2016.
I was curious. That's why I
So
watched it, and
was
it was
this
this bullshit movie.
An Eli Roth joint.
I think he. I don't know. I don't think he had anything to do with it, but
He was busy making fucking Borderlands. Ah, shit, we should have put Borderlands on.
I haven't even watched it. So,
Fuck.
but yeah, I'm talking about Borderlands. But I did see the 2016. Just
Oh,
watch the
yeah,
original. Yeah.
Look, we I'm gonna start speeding through a little bit of some of these. We talked about this movie before on the podcast. When we did the director spotlight. I'm sorry, but it is a stain on his legacy, and it is Yoga Hosers. Kevin Smith. Don't know what he was thinking when he made this movie. I don't know, dude. It was disappointing coming off of Tusk because I really liked Tusk, and Yoga Hosers was just. It really felt like like I can tell that he was making a movie. Like, forget about what anyone else thinks. I'm just gonna make this movie for myself with my friends. But I'm gonna quote Eric something he's been saying tonight, which is just because you could, you should.
Yeah.
And Yoga Hosers is the perfect example of that. It's unfortunately a blemish on his record for me.
Which one's worse, that one or Jersey Girl?
I've not seen Jersey Girls, so I can't speak to that.
No, what the
Can
fuck?
I'm just gonna pivot here a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just agree. I have Yoga Hosers on my list, so I'm
Yes.
just gonna sort of piggyback off of you and just basically agree to get it out of the way. This one should be on our list of
Mount Rushmore.
top. Like, yeah, it has to. This is the worst movie I've ever seen.
don't
There are mutant
disagree.
sausages that explode into sauerkraut, and
Yeah.
and unless you don't, and before they do that, they like to burrow into your asshole and kill you by coming out of your mouth.
How do you remember
This-
all
this
this,
is-
Eric? That's what I'm like.
It was so fucking terrible, so fucking bad. I can't believe I remember it either. I think it was just so shocking that it's hard not to remember. There are mutant sausages, dude, that are 2 feet tall that explode into sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And to your point, like, this is kind of one of these, like, we're doing it with my friends, and like, look, I think his daughter Harley Quinn Smith, I think she could have some acting talent, and it's a shame that this is how it had to start for her, because this just felt like, hey, I need to give my daughter the spotlight, and that's okay. But dude, do her some justice. Like, put her in something where she's going to be successful. This is just, I don't know what Kevin Smith was thinking or doing. When you look at a lot of his movies where he uses like serious, sophisticated dialogue, very like detailed stories, and they can be kind of hard to follow, and you can't be on autopilot on most of his movies. You have to be really paying attention to know what's going on. He's really good at that. He takes a page out of Quentin Tarantino's book with like this intricate writing, right? To a little bit.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know what this is. I don't know what he was doing. This is the worst movie I've ever seen. And coming from a guy that is talented as he is, he's extraordinarily talented. This is the worst type of film you could ever watch, ever. It might be the worst. It's the worst I've ever seen.
And I agree. I think it
It
has
has
to
to
go.
be on the mark.
Yeah.
Well, then it's unanimous.
It's
I
3.
mean, well, Josh, I'm pretty sure you have to agree, right? This is the first one.
I have to agree. I've never seen it. I've heard terrible things about it. I refuse to watch it because I hear it's so bad. The trailers look so bad. Yeah, I'll critique it based on the trailers that I've seen. Put it on there.
I mean, there's a hidden layer that's hiding behind a toilet. It is, and I can't tell if like they don't even capture like the Canadian dynamic. It's so.
Yeah.
We got to move on to the next thing here.
I'm waiting to move on because that was it. Yoga hoses. I just wanted to get that one out the way.
So it's Josh.
Josh, what do you got? What do you got?
Alberto, you actually recommended this movie to me.
I was waiting for this one.
Obviously, I wanted to save it for the ending. Saw 6.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
That choked you up a little bit, Alberto?
I'm gonna step out for a second.
This series was such a cash grab. It made so much money year after year, and they couldn't even like put any money into the effects. You know, the quality of the movie. Shit, they couldn't hire a dialogue coach for this movie. You know, the transmissions are awful. The villain is bad. I will give it credit. The idea was appreciative.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunately the execution, the dialogue, the visuals, the kills were just so bad. I felt like I was watching a YouTube short, low budget movie.
Damn.
When I watched this,
but is this going to be on your Mount Rushmore? Is this going to be on Mount Rushmore?
well, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
Right.
You know, so I'm open to that, but I had to put it on my personal list because I watched it recently, and I know I shit on it. Obviously, I over exaggerated, but you know, for the sake of the podcast, right? But in all seriousness, you know, joking aside, God, this movie was just not. I don't understand why you like this movie so much, Alberto. I'm still confused to this day, and yeah, it is a basement movie, Berto.
Hey man, look, you're allowed to be wrong, Josh. That's okay. I still love Saw 6, so.
Hey man, you have the right to your own opinion.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. What do you got, Eric?
I got Halloween Ends.
Oh, out to break more hearts, Edgar.
Well,
out to
look,
break more hearts here.
This, you could say like Jason X was maybe like worse because it was just pathetic.
Yeah.
I think the standard for Halloween is higher though than Friday the 13th, right? So when I look at Jason X, I think, what do you expect? I mean, could you go any lower? Yeah, I guess you could. You made Jason X. You could just keep going lower. I think with Halloween Ends, when you look at the way it started with the beginning of that trilogy and how it ended, and you look at the way that they just kind of like shit on Michael Myers' character and transformed him into this weak, kind of pathetic character, and then he basically transferred over to this new Michael Myers killer, almost like they're trying to pull like a Scream, like, oh, it's just gonna be like Ghostface now. We're just gonna kind of put anybody in the mask. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
That just killed it. And like I said, with Halloween, this we know the standard of Michael Myers. We know who Michael Myers is, and that's not Michael Myers in that movie. And it didn't even feel like a Halloween film. And
Eric,
so
I'm going to piggyback you on this because it was actually on my list as well.
But
You know-
but really ends over like Resurrection, even Halloween 2, like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
You know, I what I appreciated about what Eric just stated was the expectation was higher, right? And when you talk about like Resurrection, when you talk about Jason X, for example, you go into these movies expecting it to be bad, right? In all
Right.
honesty, I think the directors and the writers of those movies expect those movies to be bad. They're like, oh, this is like a typical like franchise movie. We're gonna see it. People are just gonna go watch it because it's a cash grab. Halloween Ends had a lot of effort put into it. You know, and I still got to quote Edgar, man. You say it's not a good series. You say it's not good. You still put it in greatness. You know, and you're not wrong. It started off so great.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, it started well. And then
yeah, the first 2018 was amazing. That would show us your greatness.
I'd have to respectfully disagree with this one.
there's no expectation with Halloween Resurrection. It's just another Halloween movie that we're looking to see.
I mean,
Michael Myers.
it's like, to me, expectations
Like-
aside, I just feel like those movies are just far worse than Ends. To me, I feel like Ends has more.
Those were expected to be bad.
I understand they were expected, but like with Ends, you can
This
at
series
least
was expected to be great.
right. But with Ends, I can feel like you can at least see where they were going with it, and I think over time, I think more people are going to end up thinking like I think this is going to be a cult classic. I'm calling it. I think Ends is going to end up being a cult classic.
No, that's okay. Look, that's fine. I
Doesn't
think we're Josh
elevate the movie in any way,
Right.
right.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's expectation. It's just the expectation. And yes, Halloween Resurrection was not good. Halloween H2O was not good. I do think Rob Zombie's first Halloween film was tolerable. I don't know if it was great, but it was like mid. You could watch it. It was like a little bit of a refresh, different kind, a different mind getting into the Michael Myers space, right? A guy that has like a reputation for doing horror and kind of some creepier shit. Like his was delivered better than this for sure. On his just the first one he did. I think we're just talking about expectation because they really, I think, took a chance on resetting the entire storyline with the original remake, then segueing into the sequel by kind of eliminating the original run between like Halloween 2 to the Curse of Michael Myers, right? They kind of just erased that. So it's like, okay, that's fine. I'm not saying that was a great run, but I think it's just the way that it ended for Michael and it turning into more of a kind of like what I would say like a ghost face. Like you're just going to kind of like have a new killer now. Like that's because that's what Scream does. They kind of like recycle the costume, but with different people behind the mask. And that's kind of what it felt like Halloween Ends was maybe like pointing towards. And that's just not Halloween to me.
So I got to reiterate what you just said, Eric, too, because Rob Zombie's remake was a refresh, right? Ultimately, we were let down by Halloween 2. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was garbage. Let's just be honest, right? Yeah. Going back to Resurrection H2O, it wasn't a refresh. It was the expectation. These are going to be terrible movies. Yeah. Halloween 2018 was a refresh, right? So it set the bar high. And you know, if I were to talk about the issues of, you know, Halloween's End, you know, they try to do a lot of this mysterious stuff, handing the torch to another killer. But instead of just being like mysterious and um, um, suspenseful, it just left you kind of confused and doubting the movie, right? Like, how did it get past to that guy, to that kid? You know, what's the
Yes.
explanation? Like, it's not that I wanted more because I was into it. I wanted more because I was confused. Ultimately,
Okay. I see where you're coming from.
Well, hold on, guys. I think I have a cameo from John Carpenter here.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Director, and he was trying something there, okay? I don't know that it entirely worked, but he was trying to do something with that story. I had some problems with it, but overall, I really applaud him for his effort. That's what I would say. I do not, however, particularly applaud Rob Zombie for his efforts.
Oh, wow. Shit.
so
It all
hey,
sounds like
he
we're
gave him a
applauding
ribbon for trying, right?
yes.
Like when your kid runs
Participation
the
trophy.
race and is in last place,
Yeah.
he gets a ribbon for trying.
Yeah.
Good job.
Participation
Second,
trophy. That's all that is.
he does. John Carpenter does say, you know, I appreciate that he tried. I don't know if he stuck the landing or not, which means that he didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a relationship there that he's trying to foster and remain intact, but
You've been
it
awfully
is what
quiet
it
with
is.
this take. What do you have to say?
I appreciate the effort, though, Edgar.
Yeah.
Kind of like how John Carpenter really appreciated the movie.
All I had to say is that.
But you didn't stick the landing.
All right. That's fair. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know. I disagree. I don't think it's basement, but that's fine. That's okay. We'll leave it at that. What do you got?
I think the last one is Spider-Man 3.
It's always in threes.
Yep, always in threes.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, it ends.
What's wrong with Spider-Man 3?
They didn't do Venom right. Okay. That's what everyone came to see, right? Mm-hmm. That's what the people were waiting for, was Venom. Bad casting for Venom, actually. Too many villains. Mm-hmm. Didn't know how to like actually place these villains accordingly. They were just trying to feel like wrapping up Uncle Ben's death and connecting it to Sandman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt really all over the place as a superhero movie.
So it's basement though for you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I agree. I like that pick.
Do you think it's also basement?
Villains, not good casting. You know, you're coming off the heels of a really well done sequel that a lot of people think might be the best of all time.
Yeah, best of all time.
You came up flat. Just not good. Just
Alberto,
too many villains, rushed.
Mm-hmm.
Berto, you disagree. It sounds like.
Yeah, and I also got a cameo from Sam Raimi, so. No, dude, look, is it.
I tried!
Yeah. Is it flawed? Yeah, it's flawed. I don't think it's basement though. I feel like I think Spider-Man 3 does more good than it does bad. I think there's still a lot of highlights in that film. Yes, I do think that there's a lot going on in that movie. They were trying to juggle a lot going on with like Harry Osborn and their story, his story arc, Sandman, his story arc, Mary Jane's weird like fucking thing about like how she wasn't getting the spotlight over Spider-Man, which is like it's Spider-Man. I don't know what you expect, but yeah, there's definitely problems with it. But like when I go and sit down and watch like the Sam Raimi trilogy, like I don't watch it thinking, oh, I have to watch the third one now too. It's like I can watch all of them and still kind of be entertained at the very least. So I don't know. I don't think it's basement. I think it's still.
It's in the motherfucking Scar's face, Howard. Okay.
It's in the what?
Scar in the Colin Tone in the
In the crawl space?
Yeah.
Jesus, Eric, you sound like you had a stroke there for a second.
Nope. I hate
I actually agree with Alberto on this one. It's not a perfect movie by all means, but it's not a bad movie at all.
No, it's not
I think
Basement.
it's extremely watchable. I think it's visually done well. I think for a director that was kind of put in a position where he was forced to do things that he didn't want to do, he made the most of it. It kind of shows the greatness of Sam Raimi as a director. But yeah, I don't disagree with you, Berto.
Thank you.
You're leaning on studio interference a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Who, me?
Josh.
Oh, Josh?
I had Stranger Things 3 on there, and you're like, well, the writer's strike. It's like, it sucked.
That's not
Checkmate, Josh.
It's not
No,
checkmate
you
at
made a
all.
comment that these characters aged and it took years for it to come out. I just said that's just the writer's strike. That's not studio interference. That's just
That is true.
Yeah,
that
the
is not
writers
that is
more
not
mo-
studio interference, actually.
Maybe I got that wrong, but
but hey, man,
always-
good
there's always
effort.
something.
Didn't stick the landing.
yeah, participation trophy.
Okay, look. Here's my final one. It is, I think, worse than Saw 6, and it's Spiral. This is the worst Saw movie of all time. Have any of you guys seen Spiral?
I think so, but I don't remember.
Did you know that Samuel Jackson's in there?
Maybe I have not seen it then.
Well, see, the
Will
fact that
Smith's in it, right?
yeah, sure, that's right. He slapped Chris Rock in one of the traps. No, look, this movie had so much fucking potential. Okay, and let me explain why. Every other Saw movie that came out before, we all know it was like a fucking soap opera. They had like actors who weren't really that great. Josh, to your point, they definitely needed a dialogue coach. It just felt like it was all over the place, unknown actors, whatever. But for the first time, it felt like, oh shit, we actually have some good actors attached to this film. Like Chris Rock, not a bad actor. Like that'd be kind of interesting to see him in a Saw film. That's cool. Oh, and he pitched the idea. That's even better. And then you're like, they managed to get Samuel Jackson on this fucking thing. That's great too. Like you got two big heavy hitters in this film, right? And the fact that they managed to screw that up so badly. Like Chris Rock, I remember in one of like the interviews for this film, told the writers like, "You write the story, leave the jokes to me. I don't even want to see it or whatever. I'll just deal with the jokes." And it shows that he really didn't care about like the franchise.
And
at
he's
all.
the one who fucking pitched the idea.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, this film, poorly edited. Lionsgate was like weirdly censoring like the traps for some reason. They like didn't want it to be as gory because they wanted to reach a wider audience. It like, you guys want to talk about expectation with Halloween Ends. Like the expectation for this one was, for me, and I think for a lot of fans, fuck, even people who didn't watch Saw movies after Saw 1 were like taking notice. They were like, what the fuck? Like Chris Rock is making a Saw movie? Like that's all they heard, right? They didn't know the actual story behind it. But then when the movie came out, it was awful, dude. It was awful. Like I said, it's like weirdly edited. There's like, it feels jarring in terms of the plot. Yeah, this one for me is like the worst in the franchise because the fact that it had so much expectation, so much riding on it. So for me, that is like basement material. It's Spiral. I think an honorable mention, I'd probably give it to Beau's Afraid. I talked about it on this podcast. I might even recommend Eric watch it if we ever do another recommends, because I want to see what he thinks about Beau's Afraid. I don't know if you'll be able to make it through, actually. That's a challenge.
Shit, I'm like interested in watching it, to be honest with you.
Please do, because
try.
I don't think you'll be able to watch the whole thing. I think you will, but it's a grind to fucking watch. It's such a grind to watch. So that'd be like my dishonorable mention. Would be Bo's Afraid. Josh, have we given all of our movies on our lists?
Yep. I got one more. Prometheus.
Are you for real?
I am dead serious. I did a curveball. I had to put this movie in.
Prometheus, huh?
Prometheus. The movie didn't even know if it was a standalone movie or an alien movie. You had the top of the line scientists, geologists, who were just uneducated and dumb. You know, it was a movie that tried to do too much and didn't know what it was. Yeah, we talked about this in the background, gentlemen. I stated it as basement, and I'm running with it. I still think it is a basement movie. I don't think Ridley Scott knows what he's doing anymore.
Good Lord. Eric, I know you're a big fan of Prometheus. You agree with that take?
Well, I don't agree with the take, but I understand where he's coming from. And I don't necessarily dispute. I think Ridley Scott is lost step, for sure. He doesn't seem to know how to finish movies, and I will agree that he didn't know how to finish Prometheus, which is disappointing. I think for me, though, I don't think this movie captures my imagination and a lot of other people that I know in a different way. It taps into, I've spoke to it before. It really taps into kind of what is existence, what is creation, what does it all mean, where does it all come from, and I think
Eric,
he really
what I really appreciate why you enjoy this movie is simply like the premise of the movie, right? Where it comes from in creation. It gives you like a very original take of where we came from as human beings.
Yeah.
That is solely why you think this is a good movie, and I respect that. Just unfortunately, like when you peel those layers off, right? You see the layers. You don't see the layers. I apologize, it's not the verbiage, but you see you miss out on the flaws of the movie, right? You don't get justice from Shaw. The characters die, and you don't feel anything for them. Like what was like? I felt like this was no different than Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Fortunately, it was just something that Ridley Scott has been holding on to for so long, right? And he wanted to top something that was just so great, but he just didn't know how to, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think that the movie has a lot of flaws, for sure. But I don't think it's necessarily warranted into the basement, because I think they did really captivate the engineers and leaving it a little bit mysterious on why they created us and then why they wanted to essentially eliminate us. So it was kind of like this very like devastating kind of feeling, like we find our creators and only to find out that they wanted to wipe us out, and we don't know why. And I think that we live in a world today where that resonates with a lot of people, with just whatever their viewpoint is, if it's religion or if it's what Ridley Scott was trying to present. I think we're all just wondering, like, when is Judgment Day, right? What does it mean? And I don't know why we worry about shit like that. Like, let's live in the moment. Why are we so rushing to get this answer of why we're gonna die and when it's gonna happen, and why would we want to die? So again, Ridley Scott is certainly, he knows how to like captivate people with his visuals, his ideas of a story. But I do think you're right about he's starting to struggle, dude, with like, you see it in Gladiator 2. I get it. You see it a little bit in Prometheus. You see it I watched his Robin Hood film, and just because I was trying to watch Ridley Scott films, and I came to that one, and I'm like, what is he fucking doing in this? What are we doing? So Yeah, I don't think this is a basement movie at all because there's so many elements to the film that are so that capture kind of most people's imagination. It's hard to kind of like steer away from that, but I understand where Josh is coming from.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I think we've reached the point now where we have to do our Mount Rushmore. We already have one. This is Yoga Hosers.
Yoga on forever.
But I mean,
Mortal Kombat Annihilation
well,
for sure.
honestly, I think my vote. I'm gonna scrub Suicide Squad. I'm gonna put Mortal Kombat Annihilation on there.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's two.
I think I would agree with Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat Annihilation.
Annihilation
I
is
don't, what do you
fucking
think?
awful.
Okay, what else?
What do you do you agree, Josh, or where were you at on that one?
That movie was dog shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
that has to be on the Mount
So-
Rushmore.
So that's a
I can't
second
even
one.
believe I didn't think of it, but after Alberto brought it up,
Yeah, Annihilation is fucking awful.
awful, dude.
Oof.
How many of us had Doom on there? 3?
We had Doom on there. For the sake of not putting too many video game movies on there, though, I think I'll stick with my Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I think.
But who cares? It doesn't have to be perfect like that.
That's
Some,
true.
some of the reason why they're basement is because they are adaptations.
Yeah.
My only hesitation with putting Doom on the Mount Rushmore, right, of terrible movies is it's a movie that is expected to be terrible.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, that's why I would also eliminate Jason X as well, because I feel like these movies were just expected to be bad. You know,
Okay.
like no, I don't think anybody in any way expected Mortal Kombat Annihilation to be terrible. Mortal Kombat critically not received well. It made a lot of money. It was probably the greatest video game movie to date, right? Before I don't know Sonic, whatever, right?
Sonic,
You know?
Mario is gonna.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mario's
but
Mhm.
but it, the expectation was just so high for that, which I can justify putting that on Mount
Okay.
Rushmore. But I don't know. I don't know about Doom though.
So then, what would you put in there?
well,
Josh?
hold on. I think because everyone had a single movie from this guy, M. Night Shyamalan. Which one should we put? The Happening, The Village.
Oh, I'd put Avatar on there, dude.
Oh, Avatar.
Avatar's definitely going on there. The fact that it's Ang and not Ang, fucking put it on there for that.
Dude, you have to put the Last Airbender. That was literally the death
All right.
of M. Shyamalan.
So
Right?
that's
and why he had to make Devil and then The Visit. You know.
all right. So that's 3 then.
Yeah, I'd put that on there.
Okay, so The Last Airbender. Okay, I've never seen it, but I will trust you because I will not see
You
it.
should watch
Yeah,
it.
I won't see it either. So
You guys, if you have not watched it, I recommend you to see it
No.
to be let down to see how bad it really
I
is.
remember
It is
people reviews
just an awful movie.
stating it was going to ruin M. Night's career, so I never watched it.
Yeah. Oh shit! That you made an appearance there for a second.
all right. What else?
Well, I mean, that's just that. For
That's
me,
3, right?
I'm gonna stick to that because, wow, shit. Happy Gilmore 2, that was fucking awful, man. Happy Gilmore 2 is.
It should never existed.
Ooh, talk
To me.
about- I mean,
2 hours for a fucking comedy.
yeah.
Is it
I don't know,
top
dude.
worst of all time though? Like,
Because I mean, it
What-
is. I don't know, dude.
what was the real expectation for Happy Gilmore 2?
So I don't disagree with that. Again, going back, like, did we all have high expectations for this movie?
I had no expectation. I think it was.
Yeah, I went in
was-
and I took it for whatever it was. You know, there were some scenes. Now I agree. I had to watch it in 2 settings because I was like, this movie is just too fucking long to watch
Yeah.
especially for a comedy. I took it for what it is.
So what would
That's
you
like
put?
me.
What would you
You got to
put
take it for
in
what
there?
it is.
Josh, what would your pick be?
Based on our list,
Mm-hmm.
like I think The Happening is a worse movie. I hate to put on another.
so another
Night
one.
Shyamalan.
So we're putting another M. Night Shyamalan on there?
You know?
Damn.
Well, I'm just going through.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Oh, okay, okay.
like I think that was a worse movie. I would put Batman and Robin.
There, yeah,
Batman
Batman Robin.
Mm.
You know, that
Batman
has
and
to
Robin
be
is
the Mount Rushmore. just because it it was so like Batman Returns, great films. This movie killed superhero movies
They did.
for a while.
did.
Yeah.
for a while.
It really did.
To a point where everyone, like directors, actors, they didn't want to do a superhero movie.
Yeah, they didn't. They certainly didn't want to touch Batman
That's true.
for a
That's
decade.
true. God, okay. Yeah, I think you know what.
All
We
right.
have to. We have to put that one on there. I think this is a very strong Mount Rushmore, to be honest.
So Yoga Hosers,
Annihilation,
mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation,
Last Airbender,
Last Airbender.
Batman and Robin. All right, one more.
No, there's only 4.
Oh, there's 4? Oh, I thought it was 5.
Come on.
Okay.
We go through this every time with the Mount Rushmore thing. I fuck up thinking there's 5, and then it's like, no, that's it.
It's 4.
Oh,
It's
okay.
4. I think that's good. I think that's a good list. If we were to put like a little dishonorable mention down there, then I think we'd put Doom. To be
Oh,
honest.
okay. Okay.
I think we'd
I'd put Doom there. I'd put Halloween Ends,
Hey.
Yeah, Halloween.
Prometheus.
Batman v Superman.
I hate to say this, and I'm probably gonna get ridiculed for this, but I went in watching The Village and I hated it. But I ended up watching it a few times, and I actually ended up appreciating it a little bit more.
Get the fuck out of here,
This
Josh.
conversation has really gone askewed now.
Yep.
I think the fact that
Interesting movie, actually, and the movie actually reveals the ending early in the movie.
interesting
Actually,
doesn't make
Yeah,
you
they
want to
do.
watch it, but
no,
They
it's
do.
interesting nonetheless.
That's right.
Well, I think we've got our Mount Rushmore. We went through it. This is a much longer episode than we've anticipated, but thank you guys for listening. Hopefully, this was enjoyable for you. Yeah, sorry. Leave comments down below. What do you think are basement movies? Do you agree with our list? Do you disagree? I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts is. And like we said at the top of the show, please follow us.
And subscribe.
Yep, we're not on Facebook. We're not on MySpace, but we are on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Eric, go ahead and take us out.
Hey, go Birds.
Go Birds.